Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. It's the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today we're here with Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. Oh my gosh, she is in the house. And guess what our topic is today? Money, 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 money. We are talking about your money because she is our money mindset coach. So get your mind on your money and your money on your
Honey, in your mind.
and remember that it's okay to make
Yeah.
money in your business. Good
Yes.
morning, Carlos, all the way from New York.
I got it.
I heard y'all got a little snow.
Mm.
Oh, being from Pennsylvania, I know y'all can navigate all of that.
She's away from the snow. Look at her.
It might snow. But you know something? It hasn't been as warm as it usually is here in
Oh,
California. We've had quite a bit of snow about 30 minutes away from me
oh,
up
okay.
in the mountains, which is where we need it because we've had a drought. So
Right.
either way, it works out.
Right.
Okay. It's all working together for the good.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What are we talking about today, Coach?
Oh, so today we're talking about money. We're going to talk about commercial money, for jewelry, fiat money, and commodity because I
Oh my
thought we
goodness.
should just
That's
bring it
way
in.
over my head. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no. We're going to make it light. We're not going to get deep into anything.
Okay.
We're not going to get deep into it. It's just good knowledge. That's all. It's just good knowledge. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because we started off this year. I'm going to go right back. We started off this year talking about peeling back layers, letting your story pay you. And we talk about doing the work. And then when we talk about doing the work, we went right into tracking our habits, building a system, turn it into processes and operations daily. Now,
Mhm.
if you guys been following along and you've been getting that going, or you had it going and it need revamping or tweaking, and you've been doing this, now you want to talk about bringing in the money. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. All this month, we're going to be talking about what I just said, and then we're going to be talking about the money principles that I've developed. We'll be talking about sales cycle. We'll be talking about freedom and retirement, and a little bit about
Did you say did you say freedom and retirement? Okay.
and
I'm
bring it
not mad about
all
that.
back to the budget that gets us there. So
Mm.
we're doing a roundup, to finish up our first quarter really solid, right? That was
Uh-huh.
the goal for the first quarter. We plant all these seeds, we rounded it up so that when we start the next quarter, I could bring you guys into some other things. I really
I
want to
am
make
I am
this
so excited, Coach. And I
we
am
just
really
want to
excited
know these
about
things. We just want to get it. We want to understand. So commercial money is bank money, all gas, even your credit card, that's commercial
oh,
money. That's the kind of money we're talking about. And why do we need to know this? So we can understand what's going on. We can pay attention for the people who look after stocks, they can do that. For the people who's just following along on life, what life is dishing out and why this is happening. You don't have to go in deep, but at least you need to know. You need to understand. So when you hear about inflation and money going up, you're not freaking out. You're not freaking out because you have understand why, what, when, how this is happening, and how it affects you directly as a consumer, so you'll know what to do. And prep, 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 prep. You know, I'll give you a prime example. Like December when I shop, the dry goods lasts me all the way to this month. And I know not everybody can shop like that in advance, but I promise you, if you haven't done it, it goes right back to me saying budget yourself for a year so you can understand. And if you haven't, this is your year. If you haven't, this is your year too. Look back, see what you did last year, improve on it this year, and plan to have a budget, a full year budget next year. It changes the way you see life. It changes the way things happen with you and happen to you and for you. You I really want you to come out of the panic mood. When you broke, you in panic mood. Everything is a big endeavor. It really isn't, but we make it as big production because we go to I don't have what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get it.
so now it comes real drama.
Real drama. That's the word. Real drama. And that's what I want to take you away from because let me tell you what real drama does. It got your heartbeat going up, your pressure raised, you getting all kind of symptoms that really is not there, but the mind is starting to activate all these things inside you.
Mhm.
And eventually, and once you give it a name, eventually it play into what you're calling it, whatever that is. So bring it down.
You saw.
Write it down. Pen and
Mhm.
paper is your best friend. I don't care how much app out there, and I love apps, but pen and paper, get it down. Get it out to your body, get it out to your system, and say, where do I go from here? And even when you're working hard and you're not seeing results, stay on the train. Tweak, but stay
Okay.
on the train. Every time you jump off, you are restarting the train. I'm going to repeat this. Every time you jump off, you're restarting the train.
Mm.
Rather rest, recuperate, take a break, but don't jump off the train. Okay? Stay on the train.
Mm.
If you got
Mhm.
credit card bills that you need to clear up, set a timeline. Some people can pay it off in 3 months. Some people need a full year.
Mhm.
Make an Excel spreadsheet, pen and paper, ruler and pencil, and figure out how long it's going to take you. And if it's a year or two, do that. Make sure you're calculating what is the number right now. Make sure you know what's the percentage you're paying on it. Make sure you understand when the percentage is added, what you're paying for the monthly versus what you're paying in interest to make sure you're actually bringing down your credit card bill. Because some people will say, well, I only have to pay this. No, 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 no. If you're paying $10, is $8 going to interest and $2 you're
Uh,
paying?
yeah.
You need
Mhm.
to know this so you can really do it, right? So you really want to understand that because it's the bank's money, whichever bank credit card you got, the bank's money. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but fiduciary money is notes like coins that circulate in the economy, checks. When people write you checks, it's not real money. They write you a check and you got to go to the bank to clear the checks. If you're dealing
Okay.
with seniors, they write you checks. Now, people like to say checks are over. There are seniors who had bought thousands of checks and they're not going to do anything other than use them up. I have
Well,
some of
my brother still writes checks.
them, right?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm not mad with them because their check is as good as the money in your hands. They've
Mhm.
got money in the bank. And for another one of my businesses, checks are welcome. We don't argue about check. We're not telling the people go get an app because that's not what they do.
Mhm.
They use their phones and they give us a check.
Yes.
And
They
we're
do.
not arguing about it. Okay? Collect your check. Don't complain how you're being paid once you're being paid in your business. Collect the money. Stop fussing about the money. Stop
Correct.
fussing about receiving the money.
Make it easy for people to give you their money.
Yes. Do not argue with them. Stop stipulating. If they ask you about checks again or cash, it's because that's how they're operating at this moment. Do
Mhm.
not fuss with them. They're really good payers, the check writing people. I have found is good payer.
Yes.
Fiat money and community and commodity money is nearly the same, like it intertwined. It's um it's backed by bank. The commodity money is backed by the bank and gold and metal. The fiat money backing is not as great. And
Okay.
if you ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, he talked about that a lot. So that's a good place to go find out about that. A lot of his books he talk about fiat money and that sort of thing. A good
Okay.
place. I'm not gonna get really into that. But this was just like a brief roundup of understanding where money, what money, how it come about, and why am I telling you this? Because I find that anything we're studying and doing, when we understand foundationally and the why and the what, even if
Mhm.
we don't have the full understanding, it really helps you. It really helps you. Like when I talk to a client about bookkeeping, they don't care about asset and liability. They really want to know about their expenses and profits. They want to
Yes.
know how the business are doing. And
Uh-huh.
so I don't want to go telling them about all this owner's equity and all that stuff. I really want to say, this is what you have. Yes, it's called asset, but this is what you have. You've invested $500. How soon you expect to get this $500 back? Because that's the way
Mm.
I run my business. And that's the way I help my clients run their business. And they'll say, well, that's what I'm putting in the business. Are you putting this in the business, or are you investing 500 in the business? It's a different story. If you're putting this in the business, you don't expect to get it back. But if you were investing 500, we would be talking about how you're going to pay that 500 back. And I don't care if it's yourself or it's somebody you borrowed it from. And that's important to understand.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It just gives you a different frame of mind. And I think it's always best. I like it. I like when they borrow the money, even if it's from themselves. I do like it. It immediately in the bookkeeping arena, have them not be so relaxed. When you give yourself 500, you don't feel the big effort like when you borrow 500. It's something about borrowing the money, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is years ago when I was young, you know. I remember I had this friend who her mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she wanted to make some stuff. And the girl had been bothering me to go see her mom, to talk to her mom, because she knows I had started my own little business. And she would say, Karen, please just come talk to my mom. She needs some help. And I remember going to this big lady and saying to her, you know, we talked about it and said, you need help from me? And she's like, yeah. She said, I can make things to sell, but I don't understand how the money works. She wasn't good
Mm.
at it. And when we sat and we talked about it, I said, borrow $100 from your husband. She says, he would just give me the money. I said, no, 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 no. I want you to borrow the money from him. And even if he doesn't want the 100 back, I still want you to pay it back.
Mm.
Here's why. So we knew that she could pay back the money quickly because it had no interest on the money. We stretched it out and let her pay back the $100 in a month.
Okay.
And one of the biggest things he did was allowing her that every week she'd pay him to pay $25 back of the $100. Now her job was to make what she was making, and I was teaching her how to make it better and, you know, operate better. What she found out, like the first week, she was like, Karen, this is ridiculous. Like, let's say she was making $50 a week. In that week, she made $100. And that's because she knew she had to make certain amount of money for profits, to get materials back, and to pay back this loan.
Yes.
That was the first thing. And that's why you need to understand how money works. You really need to do, because it's something it does to the brain. And we talk about that another day. Okay. But that's important. The second thing we did was once she was paid up, we started having her save $25 a week, just like as she was paying back a debt. And that was for
Mm.
expansion, because she
Mm.
wanted to expand the business. The business was run just open in the morning and in the afternoon. So she captured the kids that were going to school and the kids were coming away from school. That was her capture, and she was done. We wanted to extend it that she could open a little later after the kids left school, because kids were still in the area and they would come and need things, you know, till at least around 5:36 in the evening. So we wanted to extend it. But she couldn't extend it without having this excess money. Why do we need it? We needed her to buy things in bulk. So we needed more money to make the price go down so more profits can come up.
Okay.
Something I learned earlier in life. When you start buying it in quantity, you pay less for it. So if a bag was 5 cents, you're paying a penny now that you're buying, you know, 100 and above. So that's
Yes.
kind of thing, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
my goal with all the people that I coach or teach is to always think about how you're going to expand your business, but not where you go now and get more money, but now you be the lender, right? You lend in the business money. You become the place that you go for money. And I know it's not taught, because I went to business school and they don't believe this system that I have, but I've seen and shared and watched so many of people that came through my coaching that has just exceed on themselves by doing the system that I decided for myself and then shared with people that work. Again,
Mm-hmm.
my now coach, I'm gonna give her a hoot right now too, like listening to this. January 31st, she was debt free. She's able to, you know, start that second business, able to fully um you know, have the money to do so, and not have to borrow the money from anybody but from herself. So now we on the journey. Well, she's not feeling well right now, but we're on the journey for this month in terms of paying back that money so that the business is healthy. That's the thing, guys. The business is healthy. The business bank account is healthy. It's depleted right now because of this new venture, but she is going to line it up and do just as she did with other debts in getting it back healthy and being able to pay the people who help her. She is not owing any of her workers any money. She's a small business, she's a tiny business, and she's got two staff, guys, and she's paying them. And she's able to pay herself, not a lot,
Mhm.
but she's paying herself and she's paying her
Okay.
two staff and she's paying back the money. And once the money's paid back, then her salary can get a little boost. So
Mhm.
those are the things that gets me excited when I talk about money.
This is good.
Right? This is good. This is good. I really love seeing people books being prosperous. And guys, I'm not sitting here. This is not overnight thing. I believe in building a business slowly. I got to tell you, I'm not those fast track business people. I love building a business slowly because everybody's starting a business. I say, give yourself a year.
Hmm.
Now, things is going to happen within the year, but really give yourself a year. Allow yourself to adjust. Allow
Okay.
yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to feel like nothing is going right because it's going to happen. But understand, underneath that feeling of nothing is going right, a whole bunch of great things are happening. Terry, a whole lot of great things are happening. You're teaching yourself patience, consistency, focus. Some of the big guns, you're really teaching yourself that when you think you don't teach yourself. This morning I had a post up and talking about my dad and breakfast when I first came to Canada and him making me breakfast for 3 weeks straight without fail. You get up because I wasn't used to having breakfast in the morning, a cup of tea, and I've gone to work because I work from home.
Hmm.
And he came, he says, Karen, you're in a cold place and you need to build your immune system up. You can't like not eat. This is
Uh-huh.
not in the warmth. When you're in a warm place, it's far different. You don't feel like you burn so much energy. But here, to me, the winter really drags and drains you. I, I found out over time. And I came in June, so I didn't know what he's talking about. It was nice and warm. And he made it his duty. He made me breakfast. And I would throw it up because my body wasn't used to all that food. Cup of tea,
Hmm.
cup of water, vitamins, cereal. He would make whatever he was making different every morning, something different. I was like, Dad, I can't have it. He goes, no, we're just getting the body used to it. We're getting rid of whatever was there. We're getting the body used to it. And every religious morning, and my dad went in for 7, but that man got up at 5 anyway, 4:35 in the morning. Did his exercise, do what he's gonna do, made breakfast, and him and I sat and ate breakfast between 5:36 early in the morning, Terry. It was not a good experience initially. But you know what? Within a week, within the 3 weeks, within the second week, my body started adjusting. I stopped throwing up. I was able to keep it down. My body started taking it in. Yes, it
Hmm.
went slower. And he persisted until I was making my own breakfast. I'm not like I couldn't, but he wanted to be there. He says, kind of process. And I'm telling you this is because I would have probably given up in day 3. But
Ah,
knowing that he came down to make it for me, knowing that he took the time to do this, I didn't want to disappoint him. Right.
yes.
So I'm having it. I'm eating the breakfast. And over time, that's why you guys see me posting breakfast and stuff. I eat a hearty breakfast every morning. Now it's in me. Like I do it. And I'm saying all this to say, especially when you work from home, some things you think you can get away from.
Mm.
Guys, this is money, but no health without money doesn't work. Okay?
Yes.
Health without money doesn't work. So look at this. I'm eating my breakfast, I'm eating my lunch, and I eat my dinner and my in between snacks. It gives me energy. The days that I don't feel like doing anything, and I don't want to, I still have the energy to do it. Even if I'm doing just a small amount, I still have the energy to do it. And I really want you to think about this. I know when we talk about money, but your health is important. If you're not feeding it well, if you're not eating well, your energy level drops. You start feeling like you can't do anything
Mm.
and you start feeling sick. And really, something all you need is food. You know,
Ah, all you need is
all you need is
fuel.
food. Yeah, right? A car doesn't go anywhere without gas. I mean, now
Hmm.
we can plug it in, but that too, if we don't plug it in, we're not going anywhere. So either gas or that, right? So think about this, right? You're writing a book or you creating content and you start feeling sluggish or a little dizzy and you're like, I just want to get this finished. But if you
Yes.
just got up and got a glass of water, go to the
Mm.
bathroom, prepare yourself something to eat. I promise you, when you come back, you'll write better content because you just cleared away the fog. You just allow yourself off the desk. You now
Hmm.
start creating good stuff and you're proud of yourself and you're feeling good and you start looking forward to seeing that, hey, I'm getting there. I thought
Mm.
it wasn't moving, but I'm actually moving. Take a step back, get something to eat, and then come back to the desk. If the weather is good, take a walk or stretch. Just do some
Yes.
stretches, just something to do that shift. Because let's face it, we do more marketing before we do a lot of sales. And so we
Mm.
spend a lot of time marketing before we sell anything in this day and age. In my time, you just sell and then you worry about the market. In this time,
Yes.
you do the marketing and then you sell. Things
Okay.
get a little bit of shift. But how else are you going to make money in your business if you're not marketing or selling? Like you got to do the two. You got to market and you got to sell, right? To be
Yes.
able to do that, you got to look after yourself.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense. And if you don't have your health, you can't keep your wealth, right? So, ooh, it's, to me, health is currency.
It is. It is. It is. And you got to be careful about fighting up. I was talking to my youngest. I was telling him, I said, in your 20s, you need to do all that you could do. Everything you could do. Do all you can in your 20s. Because when you hit your 30s, you're in a
Hmm.
different phase of your life. That's when you're building momentum of what you've built up. Now, if you didn't do that in your 20s, you're digging up what you didn't do in your 20s, and now you're doing it in your 30s, along with what you're doing in your 30s.
Hmm.
And as to when you
Doing
hit
double
40,
duty.
mhm, that's it. That's really what it is. And I know everybody's lives is not, there's no clear path. And I don't want you to think I'm talking from the place where everything was smooth and nice for me. That's what I'm saying. That's no, 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 no. I'm just saying, if you are and let me take a step back on this too. I was the kind of gal who enjoyed myself in my 20s. I party. Yes, I had a good time. I'm not telling you I just went to, no, I had a good time. But Terry, when I work, I work. I work
Hmm.
Monday to Saturday half day. And I put in the time. I work my butt off. But
Hmm.
Saturday, I'm a party girl. Yep. Then Sunday I go to church. I know it doesn't, it's not right, but I party. But so I had a good time. I really had a good time. So when I hit my 30s and I wasn't partying as much, I miss it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I still miss it at times. But I was able to really be satisfied that I had a good time in my 20s. In 30s, I'm not partying as much, but I'm building a family, dynamic now. I am settled down.
Hmm.
I am able to do things with my kids and not feel resentful that I didn't have my time.
Exactly.
and
Hmm.
and now I'm living a different pace of life, but I'm still a businesswoman. At the time, I'm still a businesswoman, so I'm still doing a lot of things. But I'm understanding and learning a lot more about money, learning a lot more about what I want in life, where I want
Hmm.
things to go. And I just want you guys to hear this. When you think about money, no matter where you are, if you didn't have the opportunity to learn early in life, and you in your 40s now, or even your 50s, start where you are. Don't worry about what you don't have. Start where you are. If you have no money, I know everybody take it $1,000, but if you have no money, your job is just to save $25. I promise you. That's all I want to do. Find a way to save $25. And then I want you to double it. And then I want you to double it again. And when you get $100, I don't want you to touch it. I want you to keep that $100 for at least the minimum 90 days.
Hmm.
Even if you feel like you need to touch it, I want you to not touch that $100. I want you to think about ways to keep doubling, double the $100. The minute you hit two, double it again. I want you to just keep doubling, figuring how you doubling it. Now is not the time to do big gambles, but more strategic ways of growing that money. And some people, that means you have a job and you have to figure out how you're going to squeeze out whatever to get that going. Some people will take that and invest some of it into a business. And let me tell you guys, the only time I say to people that I want you to do that is when you double that 100 to 200. Now you keep the 100 and you might invest $100 to do what it is you think you want to do. And don't let anybody drive you crazy thinking, oh, this is quick. Oh, you can. No, it takes time. So you
Mhm.
might need 30 days to just watch a lot of YouTube channel because you got no money to spend either way, right? You might want to go on TikTok. But don't go and watch without pen and paper. Take notes. Start taking notes. Take notes all over the place. Nothing street strategic. And then start watching your pattern of taking notes and start watching what do you do with the information you get. Do you talk to other people about it? Do you use it in any shape or form? Does it resonate with you that is something you've been doing already? And then take that and put them in columns and see where it fit. You're starting now to figure out what you want to do to make you money. I promise you. Sometimes finding out what you want to do is not necessarily because you know to sew, cook, or clean, or fix a light bulb. Sometimes somebody might trigger something in you that you might not even think you could do to make money. But
Mhm.
because you've been paying attention and taking notes, you're like, hey, I can do that. Hey, because I wanted to do a YouTube channel forever, and I do, and I had some videos. And I'm now bringing it back to fruition. My first video is probably going to go up later today. And I realize I like living a life where I don't only talk about money. I talk about money, food, and a bunch of different things. My core is money and mindset, coaching and teaching. But I realize I really love gaining momentum in anything I do. And that's the kind of thing I want to share and teach about. I really want to teach people how to live the most scrumptious life, enjoying it and being financially free. That's what I want to teach people to do. I want to tell them about the mornings that they wake up and just enjoy it. Don't matter if it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
want people to start seeing how they can be going to work and not feeling hurried because society's just made them feel they have to be hurried up. Why? Because you're bringing down your stress level from the beginning
Yes.
of the day. You know, people, you're not allowing people to get under your skin. And it's a skill I had to learn. I used to admire my dad for that. He was a prison officer. You know, he worked at a jail. So I said to him, how don't they get under your skin? He said, Caren, I prepare my day. So
Mm.
my day is my day. I don't give my day over to anybody, no
All
matter
right.
who you are. My day is my day. And he says, every prison officer, every prisoner that's in jail right now, they've got a story, something happened to them, but they're still people. And one of the big things for him was he get in there, he tell them morning, he asked them how they're doing, how was the night. He didn't tell me this. I learned from other people who always said, they said, when Mr. Sampson leave this jail, we're gonna miss him, but the inmates are going to miss him terribly.
Wow. A
Terrible.
man of influence.
When he
Wherever.
retired, I am telling you, my skin is goosebumps here. They were so sad when he retired. The people who he worked with and the inmates. He said they had this guy would come and go, and he literally would say, Mr. Sampson is not working today? Like, why am I in here? And my dad keeps saying, why you keep coming in?
Wow.
He said, just to see you, man. Just to see. My dad's like, there's other ways to see me. This is not it. But
Oh my
you
goodness.
have to conquer your day for you. You have to want your day. And you can't let nobody come in and mess up your day. Because trust me, they start messing up your money as well.
When they mess up your day, they mess up your money. Now there.
Yeah. Can't afford that. We're not allowing that. We're not allowing that. We're not allowing that, you know.
Mm-mm.
We're not allowing that. We're not allowing anybody messing up our money. We have built our businesses, and if we haven't, we're starting to build it. We're trying to figure out what we want to do, and we're doing it, you know. Or if you're an artist, you know, if you're a cartoonist, still artist, if you're a t-shirt maker, creator, let's see, the list goes on and on. Like, just no matter if you're a housekeeper, it doesn't really matter what you do for a living. Really, really, really true. It doesn't matter what you do for a living. Somebody wish they were doing what you're
Mm.
doing and being paid for it.
Wow. That is so true. That is so true. Someone wished they were you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody else wish you. I used to never understand, especially when I was a kid, especially when I was going through a hard time, and kids want to be me.
Hmm.
Why? Girl, my life is. crazy. Why? I had this girl used to follow me around in high school, and I used to ask her why. Like, my life is crap. She's like, I want to be in that crap car because you're doing something good.
Something is working. Oh my gosh. Well, guys, I just want you to know that if you are looking for Coach Caren, you can find her at Profits in Daily with Coach Caren Fern. You can find her on Instagram. And I want you to know when you're there. So this is what her Instagram looks like. Go ahead and make sure that you look her up on Instagram. And also, we want you to know that you can book an appointment with Coach Caren through her Facebook page, through her Instagram. You can direct message her. She would love to talk to you about your money and your mind
Yes.
and making more money in your business. So, guys, I want you to remember that it's okay to make money in your business. So, before we do that, I want you to know that we here at BizChicks are here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run. So, you can join our BizChicks community by texting biz to 33777, or you can simply find us over on bizchicks.net. You can book an appointment. We'd love to help you find the money in your business or
Mhm.
find more money in your
Yes.
business. So remember us when you're thinking about profits and thinking about how to make your business more successful.
Mhm.
But Coach Caren is your money mindset coach, and she's got your money on her mind, and she wants it to be on yours.
Yes.
So come on over and join us every Wednesday. We're here with Coach Caren. Also, BizChicks is here Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock Pacific time, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Mhm.
So remember, it's okay to make money in your
In
business.
your business.
So
Put
go to the
your
front of
funny
your
on.
Have a
Yes.
great day. Bye.
Bye
Bye
bye,
bye,
guys.
everyone. See you soon.